Let us now continue with this section of Nishthato Naha, which started from 8 to 42 and goes up to 8 to 61. Let us now look at the Sutram 8 to 44, Lavadibhyaha. Lavadibhyaha. It's a very straightforward sutram. The vritti of the sutram says Ekavimshater luyadibhyo nishthatasya nasyat. Ekavimshater luyadibhyo nishthatasya nasyat. So, a nakaraha is a replacement in place of a takaraha of a nishtha pratyaha, provided this nishtha pratyaha immediately follows a verbal root in the list of lui etc. What is lui etc.? This is a list which is compiled from the dhatu patha. Starting from this dhatu, from this verbal root lu, which is lui chedane. Of course, the ending nyakar of lui gets the it sanya by halantyam and then tasya lopaha. So starting from this verbal root lu and counting 21 verbal roots is this section of lvadayaha. Lvadayaha. So if the takara of Anishtha Pratyaha immediately follows any one of these verbal roots, then that takara takes the nakara desha. That's the meaning of this sutram. Now recall the sutram 7380 Pvadinam Rasva, which we studied when we were studying the Tinganta Prakaranam. In that there is a list of Pvadayaha, which is the verbal roots beginning with this root Pui Pavane, and this is a list of 24 verbal roots, because there the vritti of that sutram says Chaturvimshatehe Shiti Rasvaha. So now this verbal root Lui Chedane is actually the second verbal root in that list of Pvadayaha. So if you go to the Dhatu Patha here, what we have is that we have the Dhatu Pui Pavane. Actually here in this Dhatu Patha is one more complication, is that they've put another verbal root Mui Bandhane. But this one is not found in most Dhatu Patha edition. So we can ignore this one. Please ignore this one. This is Mui Bandhane. Even though I see it here, it is not found in Siddhanta Kaumudi or in the Dhatu Vritti. I don't know why they have put this here. But anyway, so let's ignore this one for the time being and just take Pui Pavane, start from here, and the second verbal root is Lui Chedane. So basically, if the Pui Pavane from the list of Pvadayaha, we get the list of Lvadayaha. So one more time, this Pvadayaha which starts from Pui Pavane, and that these are referred to in the sutram, which is the Pvadinam Rasvaha, which is 7380, which we already studied. Now, if we take away this first verbal root Pui Pavane from the Pvadayaha, then the remaining 23 verbal roots is the Lvadayaha. Now, how do we know that the list ends with this pli gatau? In the dhatu para, there is this device which is called vrit. Vrit means is like a boundary marker. It's like a some section ending of a particular section. It marks the ending of a particular. So here after pli gatau is a vrit. Vrit means that a particular section has ended. So here they say lvadayaha Pvadayascha. So the Lvadayaha and the Pvadayaha end at the same point in the Dhatu Patha, which is Pli Gatau. So Pvadayaha, of course, start from the Dhatu Pui Pavane. The Lvadayaha start from Lui Chedane, which is the second Dhatu in the Pvadayaha, because this one we can ignore. And so therefore the Lvadayaha is equal to Pvadayaha minus, it means excluding the Dhatu Pui Pavane. One more complication here is that if you look at the vritti of this sutram 7380, it says that Chaturvimshatehe, so the 24 verbal roots in the Pvadayaha. And now what you're saying is that Ekavimshatehe, 21 verbal roots in the Lvadayaha. But we just said that Pvadayaha minus 1 equals Lvadayaha. So then if these have 24, these Pvadayaha have 24, then we should have 24 minus 1 equals 23, the Lvadayaha. But then why this only says 21? The reason for that is that there are these two verbal roots in this section. Two verbal roots which are, you look at them here, they are jru ityeke and dhru ityanye. So there is dhatu jiru vayoha now, but then there are these two more variations of jiru, which is jiru and dhru. Now these two are not found in all editions of the dhatu patha. If we take out these two, the jiru and the dhru, then what happens is that the pavadeha has only 22 and the lvadeya has 21. So basically if we include these two, jiru and dhru, then the pavadeya has 24 and lvadeya has 24 minus 1 equals 23. If we exclude these two, then pavadeya has 22 and lvadeya has 22 minus 1 equals 21. So I've put all that in this note over here, that recall the 24 verbal roots pavadeya starting from Pui Pavane in the Dhatu Patha referred to in the Sutram Pavadinam Hrisvaha. The Lui Chedane is the second verbal root in the pavadeya. So if you remove this, we remove the first verbal root Pui Pavane from the list of Pavadeha, we get the list of Lvadeha mentioned in this Sutram 8 to 44. So then we should have had 23, which is 24 minus 1 roots in the Lvadeha. But the reason for discrepancy is that two of the verbal roots, Jru and Dhru, are not found in some editions of the Dhatu Patha. So if we include these two, then Pavadeha has 24 and Lvadeha has 23. If we exclude them, if we don't include them, then Pavadeha has 22 and Lvadeha has 21. So that is the gist of this Pavadeha and Lvadeha. Bottom line is that Pavadeha minus Pui Pavane, excluding Pui Pavane, is Lvadeha. Example is quite straightforward. If you take this dhatu Lui Chedane and add the Nishtha Pratyaha Kta by the Sutram Nishtha 32102, and here used Karmani by 3470, Tayoreva Krityaktak Khalarthaha. So Lui Loon means something which has been cut, which has been chopped off. So we take this dhatu Lui and the ending Nyakaraha gets it sanya bhalantyam then tasya lopaha. So we start with lu plus kta. Now remove the kakaraha because kakara gets its sanya balashakvatadjite tasya lopaha. You get lu plus ta. At this point we'll check for the idagamaha, but don't forget the Sutram 7211, which we studied recently, which says shrukah kiti. It was here, shrukah kiti, which is shriya ekachaha ugantacha. Git kitor inna. Uganta dhatuhu followed by a pratyaya which is git or kit, then that pratyaya does not take the idagamaha. So here we do have that. We have a dhatu lu ending in a ukara, which is a uk letter. So following that we have a pratyaya which is a kit. So therefore this pratyaya does not take the idagamaha. So 7 to 11 stops 7 to 35. Which is Ardhadhatuka Syed Valadehe, that is stopped by 7 to 11 Shukah Kiti. And then 115, which is Kiniticha, stops the Gunadesha, which would have been done by Sarvadhataka Ardhatuka Yoho. So here the Gunadesha is stopped by 115 and the Iragma for the Pratyaha is stopped by 7 to 11. And now by this Sutram, we replace the Takara of the Nishtha Pratyaya with a Nakara. So we get Luna. By this Sutram, Lvadibhyaha, we replace the Takara by a Nakara and we get the Pradipedikam Luna. So Luna gets the Pradipedika Sanya by 1 to 46. So this is the Sutram. It's a very straightforward Sutram. That these list of verbal roots, Lvadeha, which is Pavadeha excluding the Dhatu Pui Pavane. Following these verbal roots, the Nishtha Takaraha takes the Nakara Deshaha.